Every single morning, in kitchens all across the world, there's a quiet ritual that almost nobody talks about. No pills. No prescriptions. Just one glass. And for thousands of people over 68, that one glass has become the difference between waking up stiff and broken, and waking up ready to move. If you or someone you love has ever sat on the edge of the bed in the morning, afraid to stand up because the knees might not cooperate, afraid that first step might send a jolt of pain straight up the spine, you already know exactly what I'm talking about. Arthritis doesn't ask permission. It creeps into the fingers first, sometimes. Then the knees. Then the hips. And one day you realize you're planning your whole life around which joints will hurt the least, but here's the part most people never hear. Inside your kitchen, right now, there are 3 ingredients that, when combined the right way, at the right time, in warm water, work with your body's own chemistry to quiet the fire that's been burning in your joints for years. Let's talk about what's actually inside this glass: warm water. Fresh turmeric, or turmeric powder. A small piece of ginger. And the juice of half a lemon. That's it. No mystery powders. No expensive supplements shipped from overseas. Just real food, prepared with intention, taken at the same time every morning, ideally right when you wake up, before breakfast, while your stomach is still empty and ready to absorb. Now here's where it gets interesting, because this isn't folklore. This is chemistry. Turmeric contains a compound called curcumin. Researchers have studied curcumin for decades because of one specific property: its ability to interrupt the inflammatory pathways in the body. When your joints ache from arthritis, what you're actually feeling is inflammation. Your immune system, for reasons not fully understood in conditions like osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis, starts treating your own joint tissue like a threat. It sends in inflammatory messengers. Those messengers cause swelling, stiffness, and pain. Curcumin works by partially blocking some of those same inflammatory messengers, substances scientists call cytokines. Several clinical studies have shown that curcumin supplementation can reduce pain and improve joint function in people with osteoarthritis, with effects in some trials comparable to over-the-counter anti-inflammatory medication, but without the same strain on the stomach lining. Then there's ginger. Ginger contains gingerol, a relative of capsaicin, and it has its own independent anti-inflammatory pathway. Several smaller trials have found that ginger extract, taken consistently, can reduce knee pain in people with osteoarthritis, and the lemon isn't just there for taste. Vitamin C plays a quiet but essential role in collagen production, and collagen is the literal building material of your cartilage, the cushioning between your bones that wears down with age and arthritis. So when you put these 3 things together in warm water, you're not just making a drink. You're sending your body a daily, gentle signal: calm down, stop attacking, start repairing. But why does it have to be every single morning? Why not just take it when the pain flares up? This is the part that surprises people the most. Inflammation in the body isn't an on-off switch. It's more like a slow tide. It builds, it recedes, but it rarely disappears completely, especially once you're past 68, when the body's natural anti-inflammatory response has slowed down compared to when you were younger. Your body used to handle these small fires on its own. Now it needs a little help keeping them from spreading. That's why consistency matters more than intensity. One glass, every morning, works the way a steady drip of water shapes stone, not through force, but through patience. Studies on curcumin specifically have found that its anti-inflammatory benefits tend to build over weeks of regular use, not single doses. People in clinical trials who took it daily for 4 to 8 weeks reported noticeably less pain and stiffness than those who took it only occasionally. There's also something deeply human about this ritual that goes beyond the chemistry. Think about what it means to start your day with an act of self-care instead of an act of dread. So many people over 68 wake up and the first thought is, how bad is it going to be today? Replacing that first thought with a warm glass, prepared with your own hands, taken slowly while the kitchen is quiet, that's not nothing. That's reclaiming the morning. Now, let's talk about how to actually make it, because the preparation matters. Start with about 1 cup of warm water, not boiling, just warm enough to sip comfortably. Add a quarter teaspoon of turmeric powder, or a thin slice of fresh turmeric root if you can find it. Add a small piece of fresh ginger, about the size of your fingertip, grated or thinly sliced. Squeeze in the juice of half a lemon. Stir, and let it sit for 2 to 3 minutes so the warm water can begin drawing out the compounds before you drink it. Some people add a small pinch of black pepper, and this isn't just tradition, it's backed by real science. Black pepper contains piperine, and piperine has been shown in research to increase the absorption of curcumin by your body by a significant margin. Without it, much of the curcumin you consume passes through the body before it's absorbed. With even a small pinch of black pepper, your body holds on to far more of it. Drink it slowly, ideally on an empty stomach, about 20 to 30 minutes before breakfast. Over time, many people report that the stiffness they used to feel getting out of bed softens. Not instantly. Not magically. But gradually, the way real healing tends to happen. And it's worth being honest about something here, because you deserve the truth, not just hope in a glass. This drink is not a replacement for your doctor, your medication, or your treatment plan for arthritis. What it can be is a gentle, evidence-supported addition, something that works alongside whatever care you're already receiving, to ease the daily burden a little more. There's a woman named Margaret, the kind of story that repeats itself in different kitchens, with different names, all across the country. For years, her hands ached so badly in the morning that opening a jar felt like climbing a mountain. She started this ritual not because she expected a miracle, but because she was tired of feeling powerless. 3 weeks in, she noticed she could open that jar without wincing. 6 weeks in, she was gardening again, something she'd quietly given up 2 years earlier. Stories like this aren't proof of a cure. Arthritis is complex, and it affects every person differently. But they are proof of something gentler and maybe more important, that small, consistent acts of care, grounded in real science, can change the texture of a person's daily life. If there's one thing to take from all of this, let it be this: you are not powerless against the pain in your joints. You have tools, real, research-backed, kitchen shelf tools, that work quietly with your body instead of against it. A warm glass in the morning won't undo decades of wear in a day. But it can be one small, faithful act of self-respect, repeated every morning, that adds up to something real. So tomorrow morning, before the day pulls you in 100 directions, give yourself those 5 quiet minutes. Warm water. Turmeric. Ginger. Lemon. A pinch of black pepper. Let it sit. Drink it slowly. And let that be the first thing you do for your body, before you do anything for anyone else. Because after 68 years of giving so much of yourself to everyone around you, you have absolutely earned 5 minutes of morning peace, and a body that hurts a little less than it did yesterday. If this gave you even a small piece of hope today, do something for someone else who needs to hear it, like this video right now, and leave a comment telling us where you're watching from, because someone out there is having a hard morning and your words might be exactly what reaches them. And if you know someone, a parent, a grandparent, a neighbor, who wakes up every day fighting this same quiet battle, share this with them today. Not tomorrow. Today. Because the sooner they start, the sooner those mornings can start to feel different. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And we'll see you in the next one.